try and stay on board. If those of you who have the benefit of the doubt out there, just give it to me. Just give me the benefit of the fucking doubt. All these jokes have worked individually other places. Let's see if they work in a row. I love that you say that you caved in like I was asking, because I was like, thought like back in my mind like that'd be really cool to do like 25 minutes there, you know. But I never like asked. You know, and I love because I follow the fan page for Wiretap Wednesday. I follow that on Facebook, and like every month it's like, oh, we have blah 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 blah. She's gonna be playing her harp. She's gonna be amazing. You know, and like, oh, this person's gonna play folk ditties for a half hour. It's gonna be great. And like Justin B. Drew's gonna be this month. It might be a disaster. We ran out of names. We ran out of folk people. We went through all the folk people in Boston, and now we're gonna let a fat guy tell jokes. This show might never happen again. Gonna be honest, we might have fucked up. You guys, how's you guys' month been? My month has been crazy. This is true. A week ago, last Tuesday, I went to my grandfather's funeral. He died a couple weeks ago. That's a really sad way to begin a long set. I realize that, but it's on my mind. See, my grandfather, I don't know. I was sad. You know, we weren't really close, but like I was sad, and then it was like the whole day. It was like a Tuesday, and the whole day of the funeral, like leading up to his funeral, you know, I was really sad. And then I get to the funeral at the church. I get to the church where the funeral is being held, and I get there, and I'm not kidding you. This is true. There's a mini arcade. Like they built a mini arcade inside the church, like air hockey, ping pong, like foosball, like it was amazing. It was the funnest day I've had in 2 years, and it was my grandfather's funeral. Like as I was leaving, like my little brother comes with, it's like I still have 200 tickets. I was like, save it for the next funeral. You don't have enough to buy the lava lamp. Just get Grandpa's urn and let's go. I learned a lot of cool facts about my grandfather. I learned, this is true, my grandfather was born in 1923. He was born in a year that they had horses and buggies still on the road. And he died in this year. He died in the time of iPads and iPhones, and it really makes me wonder, what amazing technology is going to be around when I die next year? What are we going to have, guys? Knee boobs. I was just thinking the weirdest thing I could tag that with. Knee boobs. That's what I'm going to tag everything. I'm just going to tag other people's sets with that. And the horse looked at the dog and said, knee boobs. You guys, I was always like a pudgy, naive child. When I was 13 years old, my mother had to explain to me what diabetes was, because like I always knew that diabetes was a thing that people had, but like I didn't know what it was, you know. And she sat me down and she's like, listen, there's a disease that you're at very high risk of getting, and you could lose a limb. I'm like, oh my god, what causes diabetes? And she goes, everything you love. Everything that you love to put in your fat little face. Like, name your 2 favorite things. Those probably cause diabetes. And I'm like, are you telling me that ice cream and masturbation causes diabetes? And she just goes, yes. Yes, it does. I was always like a depressed kid. I remember I was really depressed in high school. Like when I was 16 years old, I actually said to my dad, I was like, hey man, I'm like really sad, like all the time sad, like every minute of every day, and all my dreams are nightmares. Like maybe I should be on Prozac. And this is my dad's response. He goes, you don't need Prozac. What you need is to get laid. If you pop that cherry, you won't be sad anymore. Yeah, Dad, that's the cure for depression. Disappointing a woman. A 2-minute mood enhancer, guys. Try some of that on. I was depressed. I was really depressed last summer. Part of the reason was I had broken up with a girl. And I knew we were doomed from the start because I'm a dog person, she's a cat person. We always used to fight about it. I'd be like, how could you not love dogs? Dogs are the best. She's like, no, dogs are the worst. They're loud, they're annoying, they're obnoxious, they're always starved for attention, always trying to hump you the moment you walk through the door. And I was like, you hate me. This is how much she hated dogs. Like, we were watching this documentary on Animal Planet about, this is a true thing, a mute German Shepherd. It's this big old German Shepherd that was born without vocal cords, so when it tries to bark, it doesn't make any sound. And I was watching this with my ex-girlfriend, she was annoyed by the concept of this dog. She's like, I don't know why anybody would ever get that dog. Because people usually get big dogs for protection. I don't want a dog in my house that couldn't bark. I wouldn't feel safe. And I thought about it, and I realized, I'd much rather have the mute German Shepherd. That's a stealth German Shepherd. That's an attack dog with a silencer. Like, you've heard that phrase, oh, that dog's bark is worse than his bite. Well, my dog's bark is silent, like a serial killer's. I'm gonna name it Jeffrey Dogmer. Like, if a robber comes to your house and you have a regular German Shepherd, they will... I fucked up this joke. I'm like, because like, when you're doing the 25 minutes, I haven't done it before, but when you're doing the 25 minutes, guys, like, I'm thinking ahead to like jokes I'm gonna tell next. I've forgotten the mute German Shepherd thing, guys. No, we're gonna start it. Pretend that last part didn't happen. Ready? Ready? Hey, so I'm Justin Peter. My grandfather died. Remember those jokes about my dead grandpa? That really happened. That's really sick. You're a sick guy, Justin Peter. So if a robber comes to your house and you have a regular German Shepherd, they will hear barking. They will rob your neighbor. But if a robber comes to your house and you have a mute German Shepherd, they will break in. And they will learn a lesson. They will climb in through your window and say, oh good, I'm inside. Time to steal things. That's when they hear galloping from the end of a hallway. Is that a horse? Because holy crap, that's a horse. You know? And the last thought in their mind, as that silent beast comes down upon them and starts ripping flesh from bone, will be, stealing is wrong. Thank you, quiet demon. So my mom asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I told her a mute German Shepherd, so she went out and got me a deaf German Shepherd. That thing sucks. Spring for the mute German Shepherd. Don't settle for the deaf German Shepherd. It barks with a lisp. What is that part getting old? It's a fictional dog, you guys.
My friend's dog is deaf.
Yeah. Wait, where do they live?
Jamaica Plain.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Because I have a friend who actually has a deaf dog. They live in Somerville. And like the first time I saw him, I was like, oh, it's my joke come to life. Because I'm a narcissist. I'm just a bad person. Well, that's all my jokes. I'm done. No, just kidding. Oh my God! I still have 15 minutes of this shit. At least. No, I'm gonna do the full 45, guys. I am the rest. We are good. You guys, we're gonna be here together till midnight, man. This is no longer a show. This is Stockholm Syndrome. These guys are gonna love me by the end of this. I watch. Another reason me and my ex-girlfriend, we didn't get along is she didn't like my favorite show of all time, Breaking Bad. Yeah. Anyone here watch Breaking Bad? Yeah. For those of you who have never seen Breaking Bad, let me break down Breaking Bad for you. Breaking Bad, here's the appeal of Breaking Bad. Essentially, you're watching a mild-mannered chemistry professor over the course of 5 seasons just become this like evil, hardened drug lord. You know, and as his morals erode, so do your morals degrade, because early on in the show, he kills a rival drug dealer. First season, he murders a rival drug dealer, and you're like, oh, he had to do that. He had to do that, but he's still a good person. He wouldn't hurt anybody innocent. He's still a good person. But the 5th season, you're like, he needs to blow up that daycare. He needs to make nap time permanent. Those toddlers saw his face. He's trying to provide for his family. That's why he kills other families. You know, and I thought I was the only person on planet Earth that was as obsessed with Breaking Bad as myself. And then I got a new boss at work. I worked at Starbucks. And his first day, as I do with all people I meet for the first time, I asked him, do you like Breaking Bad? And he looks at me and goes, Breaking Bad? That's my favorite thing of the last 10 years. He didn't say TV show. He said thing. He has an 8-year-old daughter. I wonder if she knows that she's second place to fiction. You guys, I like a whole variety of TV shows. I like another show. It's a little less popular than Breaking Bad, but I like it a lot. Being Human on the Sci-Fi Channel. Anybody here watch Being Human on the Sci-Fi Network? Anybody even heard of that? Where are my nerds at? Where are my sci-fi? You know what?
I know what it is.
Have you seen it?
I've seen which one? The American or the?
The American. Did you have to ask?
I don't know.
Man, which one? It's like, which one? Mountain Dew or Mountain Lightning? Mountain Dew, man. Mountain Dew. Let's not go. Let's go name brand, not store brand. What?
Dr. Thunder.
Yeah, Dr. Thunder. I don't have a retort for that. I was just, yeah, Dr. Thunder's a thing, and I just thought about it for a second. I just thought about the fact that there was a Dr. Thunder. I didn't really have anything clever to say about it. They can't all be gems, Evan. They can't all be horses talking to dogs. But yeah, so I watched Being Human. For those of you who've never seen Being Human, it's about a bunch of werewolves and vampires that work in a hospital. And it's really like melodramatic. Imagine Twilight meets Grey's Anatomy. Or like your little sister's book collection meets your mom's DVD collection. And I watch it because clearly I have an estrogen problem. Like, more than one of you have said to yourself since I got up here, you know, his voice is way too high-pitched for that goatee. One of those things need to go. Like he looks like he motorboated the floor of a barber shop. I'm just gonna let that image. I'm gonna let that image. Just imagine just the hair that they've shaved. You know how dirty. Anyway, I'm gonna go into that. Just shaving. And imagine it was like some dirty person's head too. Anyway. I'm just gonna punish you guys all. I just like doing this motion, like the razor motion. Like I shouldn't cut hair, because I couldn't cut hair because every person is just like I can ruin their life. It's like I'm gonna ruin your month, man. And give you a bald fucking head. But so I watched Being Human. We're gonna go back. I'm gonna try to finish that. I'm gonna try to finish all these jokes. I was watching Being Human. It was originally pitched to me by my younger brothers. I'm from Maine originally, and my younger brothers, they still live in Maine, and they pitched to me. They're like, listen, you gotta watch Being Human because it's set in Boston. You moved to Boston, you live there now, you'll get all the crazy Boston references, you know? And I watched 2 episodes of the show. I watched the first 2 episodes before the first Boston reference came in. You guys ready for like those big, mind-blowing Boston reference? You guys ready? Yeah? Yeah? Who's still paying attention? Who isn't thinking about their bills that they have to pay and shit? It's like, man, I gotta get early, I gotta work tomorrow. Who isn't thinking about those things? Second episode, Being Human. One character looks to another character about halfway through the episode and goes, hey, don't you live near that bar on Commonwealth? You know that bar on Com Ave? You know the one bar on Commonwealth Avenue? You know Commonwealth Avenue, that 5-mile-long road that goes between 4 Irish towns, 2 college campuses, and oh yeah, Boston fucking Massachusetts. You know the one bar along there? Like, I half expected the other character to go, yeah, I know that bar. I hate going there, though. There's always a line of 1,000 thirsty people outside. Screaming, let us in! We're thirsty! There are vampires out here! We want to get drunk! This is a pretty popular establishment. Please build more! You have a very good business model! Like saying, oh, that bar on Com Ave, that's like saying, oh, yeah, you know that coffee shop in Seattle? Oh, yeah, you know that restaurant in Chicago that serves deep dish pizza? Oh, yeah, you know that family in Detroit that lost everything? Have you heard of that family? Like every other family in Detroit Detroit owns top hats. That one family fucked up, man. They bet against Eminem. Nobody in Detroit does that. We are for Eminem in Detroit. He's the only one who makes money there. Now let's just talk about Detroit. The rest of my set is about Detroit. have I ruined it? I mean, okay. Okay. We are in the home stretch, and I want to start. I have one last story. It's kind of long, but I have a story for you guys. So buckle the fuck up. I have a story for you, and I gotta preface this by saying I celebrated my 3-year anniversary in comedy last Monday. So I celebrated 3 years of comedy, and back I started March 4, 2010 was when I did my first set, and I bombed. I bombed miserably, and immediately after my set, I was like, I want to do that again. I want to do it again and again. Like I know, because I saw people do well, and I was like, yeah, I can do that. I can do that well, you know, and it drove me, you know, and a month into comedy, like I hit like every stage that would let me perform for a straight month. And a month in my comedy, I did a comedy contest in Portland, Maine, and I came in second place. Right? And I thought at that moment when I came in second place in that contest, I was like, yeah, my comedy dick is huge. And in June, I moved to Boston, and Boston was like, no, your comedy dick is the size of your regular dick. Your comedy dick is it's not very big. And the second comedy contest I ever entered was at a place called Dick's Beantown Comedy Vault. Anybody heard of it? You guys heard of Dick's Beantown Comedy Vault? And it's pretty popular, you know, place to do comedy. It's been around forever. Like if you listen to like Mark Maron's WTF podcast, like Dane Cook mentions it. Like multiple like famous comedians came up through there. Bill Burr, Gary Gulman, a ton of famous people have come up through there, you know. And so I was doing this contest, and I did like the open mic they have there a couple of times, so I performed there. And so I did this contest in June. The last time I'd been there was May, and when I was there in May, they somebody had ordered a pizza but didn't want it, or like had to leave before it was ready. So like they had a pizza and they just gave it to the comics. Like they gave all the comics a pizza, like a slice of pizza. And I'm fat, so I was like, yes. And I was like, oh, this is better. This is better than fucking having a good set tonight because I am poor and fat, and this is a slice of pizza. It's awesome. So I paid $35 to be in this contest. I paid $35 of money I didn't have to be in this contest. And I'm waiting there in the back room in that contest. And they bring down like this platter, this amazing platter, like full of like tons of food. And I'm like, yeah, sweet. I paid $35. They catered. That's amazing, you know. So they put down this plate of food, you know. And when I go up there and I'm like looking at them, like, oh, there's like, you know, like there's like crab rangoons, and I start like eating. Yeah, like I had 1, I had 2, maybe 3, you know, and there's this comic who just watches me do this. Like, he lets me do this. Like, he watches me do that. And then, and he looks and he's like, hey, you know those are for paying customers, right? I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, those are for customers out there. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know. He's like, I know you didn't know. And I was like, I should hide. He's like, you totally should hide. So I hid. I went and I snuck there, and that guy was the second comic up that night, you know. And so the first comic was on stage when I was eating the food, you know. And so he was the second comic up. And then for those of you who've never been to Dick's Comedy Vault, it's actually like it's in like this hollowed out bank vault. It's in this, and you sit in the back, and there's like this curtain, there's bars, you know, and you watch like the show from behind the bars, which is a perfect metaphor for open mic comedy. It's very good. It's like, yeah, I'm like an animal in the zoo, and it's like a circus. And so I'm watching this guy, and this guy goes on. He's second, and this is his opener. I don't think he'd done it before. He goes up and goes, "Hey, nobody eat your food! Nobody eat your food! There's a young portly comedian in a black shirt out back, and he ate all of your food." And little factoid, little note: I had brought a change of shirt, also black. So. And I'm just like tensed up, you know? And then he proceeds, he paid $35 to perform for 5 minutes, and he spent the first minute just throwing me under the bus, you know? And then he proceeded to bomb. And I was like, yeah, that's what you get for opening with new material. know. And out back, like the host of the show was this guy named Mike Whitman. He was like a really nice guy. And Mike Whitman, as soon as this guy says it, he goes, "Hey, who's eating the food? Is he telling the truth? What the hell's going on?" You know, so now there's a manhunt going for it. Now I am a fugitive. So that guy finishes his bombing set, gets off stage, and Mike Whitman takes the stage and he goes, "People, the comedians are not eating your food. Don't believe that. It's just a funny joke that they thought would be funny, and it's not funny, but they're not eating the food. Let's just keep going with the show." And then, you know, he brings up the next comic, and he comes in like, "Seriously, who the fuck is eating the food?" And that happened. And so the next guy's on stage. And he's doing whatever. He's not doing very well, but like he performs, and in the last minute of his set, he's like, "Hey guys, so I talked to the guy who ate the food out back, and he wants you all to know that he is really sorry. He didn't know that it was your food. He just thought it was food that he could eat." And I was like, I didn't talk to this guy. Like, he doesn't know. I might be proud of it. Like, you can't speak for me. You're not my Lorax. You know? And then Mike Whitman's up next, just like, "What the fuck?" He's like, who is eating the food? You know, so Mike Whitman goes back on stage after that guy and goes, people, nobody is eating your food. The comedians think this joke is really funny, but it's clearly not. You know, so out back, this is where it gets scary. Turns out Dick Doherty himself is in the building. And Dick Doherty, if you've never seen him, he's like this big, fat dude with like a ponytail. He looks like if Ben ate Jerry. He looks like if one of the Jordan's furniture guys ate the couch. That's what Dick Doherty looks like, and he just comes bumbling like out like an early stage like villain in like a video game, you know, just like it's like I'm just gonna knock him over 3 times and I'm done with him. So he comes out and he's like, "Hey, whoever's eating the food better fess up to me right now." And like my mother told me that honesty is always the best policy, and she's full of shit. But I did. I went up to him and I was like, "Listen, hey, I'm sorry. I ate the food. I'm really sorry. I didn't know. I did not know that it was for customers. I paid $35. Well, last time I was here, you guys gave us pizza, and I thought that was just a thing that happens. I'm really sorry. I have money in my wallet, and I will pay for whoever's food I ate. I'm really sorry." And he just looks at me, staring at me. He goes, "We never gave you pizza." I was like, "But you did last time I got pizza." Like, "No, we would never. I would never allow it." I'm like, "But you did." And I'm like, "But you know, I'll take care of it." He's like, "No, I'll take care of it." And he just leaves. You know, he leaves, and everybody just saw that happen. Like every comedian in that backstage area just saw that happen. And my set's next. I have to perform after that, you know? And to the credit, like all the guys, like now that they've seen me just get eaten alive, you know, like they all rally around me like, "Listen," like Mike Whitman comes up and like, "Listen, every person in that audience is gonna know you're the kid that ate the food." We need to think of a line, you know, like, "Hey guys, I'm an official taste tester, none of you were poisoned," you know, or something like that, you know, and so like they're all bouncing terrible lines off of me, you know, and I'm like trying to like reconfigure my set in my head, you know, like how am I gonna build this in, you know, and as Mike Whitman is about to take the stage, like the guy before me is finishing up, Mike Whitman is about to go, and he looks, and he just all of a sudden just looks back and he goes, "You know what? Don't mention it." And he just runs on the stage, and I don't know what to do, you know. And I go up there, and I have an okay set. Like I don't win, you know. Like I do mention it, like because I had this joke that I was doing back then, you know, about like rock music and how rock music was ruined by people like me, you know, people with man boobs, you know, that listen to The Cure, you know, and eat people's food out back. And there were a couple people like, "Oh," when I said that, you know, but I don't win, you know, and it's really embarrassing. So like, and I'm out back there, you know, the show ends, and the guy who won by that night, by the way, closed with a rape joke. So I lost to rape. Nobody ever does. The show's ending and everything's going, and I don't want to go out through the audience, you know. So there's like a staircase out back, like this little secret staircase in the back of Dick's. You can, you know, if you eat food, you know, like did you eat food? Go up through that staircase. You don't have to face anybody. You know, the food eater staircase at Dick's. And so I'm walking up, and the guy who went third, the guy who apologized on my behalf, you know, he's walking down the staircase as I'm coming up, and as I'm passing him, he goes, "Hey, I'm really sorry." And I'm like, "I'm an idiot, man. It's not your fault." He's like, "No, I'm really sorry because I also ate food." Like, I ate food before you ate food, and when I apologized on your behalf, I was apologizing on my behalf, and then I came up back and found that everybody thought it was you. And I just let them think that. And I'm like, well, what's done is done, man. You know, and I leave, and it's like a really depressed night, and I don't perform there for 2 years, and I try not to think about that night. But a year later, I'm hitting a gig. With another comedian, and this other comedian, I have a good set that night, and this other comedian, we're driving back, and he goes, "You know, you're really funny. You know, where else do you perform?" And I'm like, "Well, I perform at the Comedy Studio, you know, I perform at Improv Boston." He goes, "Do you perform at Dick's?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Why not? It's a great place." I was like, Yeah, I know, but it's like I did a show there like a year ago. It was a contest. And he goes, "Wait."